Again, I'm Luuk Boelens, Professor of Mobility and Spatial Planning at Ghent University, and at the same time lead of this ESPON TNO project. This is a joint ESPON ASOP roundtable, but ESPON is upfront, and TNO, Transnational Outreach, is mainly used also to outreach ESPON evidences abroad and to other stakeholders. So in session 1, we will do that. I will come back to that later. But for myself, I have got roots in both organizations as well as ESPON as in ASOP. For ESPON, I'm the Belgium contact point for ESPON, as Karsten Jan Hansen is for Denmark. So if you would like to know something about ESPON, please contact him when you are in Denmark. If you are in Belgium, you can contact me. And otherwise, we have got all colleagues in other countries. And for ASOP, I've been member of ASOP, the Association of European Spatial Planning, already from, I think, 2004. And I've organized their annual conference in 2014, together with Vincent Naden, Professor Naden, who is also on board this afternoon. Our topic at the moment is coastal planning, integrated and sustainable coastal planning. And it goes back already some time. Until recently, we as planners looked at seas more or less as, you might say, a kind of tabula rasa, a kind of area where nothing seemed to be happening, but it was blue, or something like that. But the contrary is, of course, the case. There's lots of things happening in seas and in oceans, and they need also care from spatial planning in order to make those seas and oceans also sustainable places. This first we have organized ourselves, I think, since a couple of years ago, already with maritime spatial planning. But when you are organizing with maritime spatial planning, of course, you already look at land-sea interaction. So it became maritime spatial planning and land-sea interaction. There is a lovely ESPON evidence, which we will not present this afternoon, but it is already in the topic paper, which is also attached to the program, or you have a link to the program where you can see everything what has happened with MSP LSI. But in the meantime, we more or less see this as an integrated planning from land to sea. And I know that it is also a possible theme for the next program of ESPON to look in a flowing area from land to sea, where spatial planning is more or less not only restricted to the land, but is also opened up to the land side. This afternoon, we will specifically focus on where land and sea interact, and that is, of course, the coastal area. And here Denmark is probably pivotal, or has a specific place in this respect, since Denmark is not only focusing on the Atlantic, but also on the North Sea and also on the Baltics, you might say. So it is a cross point of coastal area to all those seas and oceans. And if you're talking about seas and oceans, actually, it is then, of course, cross-border. It is referring to all those places of all those countries which are connected to those seas and oceans. So, and that we want to stress also this afternoon.